3, 2, 1, we're ready. So today we are finding slope. None of this is new. Does that mean that it's easy? No. But it's going to cause you to go, oh, I remember seeing that. I don't remember how to do it. Ask questions. Okay? I'm going to go a little bit fast. Hey, Mr. H, slow down. I'm expecting you to remember it pretty quickly. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Everybody with me? I'm fine to slow it down. Just, you don't even have to say anything. Just be like, wait, put your hand in the air. That'll be like the white flag wave and be like, no, 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 no. Cool? Okay. So we have done these. We did this yesterday as our warm-up was finding and solving for y. Here's what we're doing. Now, this is called slope-intercept form. When we have slope-intercept form, we have two things. We need the slope and the y-intercept. Yesterday, we focused on finding the x and the y-intercept. In slope-intercept form, we're just finding the y-intercept. So we try to get the y by itself. That leaves me 3y equals negative 3x plus 6. Divide by 3. Y equals negative x, or negative 1x, plus 2. That's solving for y. Now, the slope is the number in front of the x. Slope is in the form of m equals. If you gave me m equals negative 1, that's fine, but slope is rise divided by run. I want slope as a fraction always. It's really negative 1 divided by, well, if there's no denominator, what's it going to be? Just 1. So it's down 1 over 1 is really what that means. This, oh, Mr. H, you screwed up. There's no y. That would be y, that one would be tough. Why didn't you guys just stayed there and nobody saw that? There was no y? Oh my gosh. Add 4x if I would have wrote the problem correctly. Thanks for being observant, my children. 8y equals 4x plus 12. Divided by 8. And notice I divide each individual thing on the other side by 8. Gives me 1/2 x plus 3/2. My slope is 1 divided by 2. Notice, negative slope, positive slope. Negative slope, line goes downhill. Positive slope, line goes uphill. Slope of 0, line doesn't go anywhere, it's straight across. Ooh, what happens when it's straight up and down? Does anybody remember? It's called undefined. Good. Last but not least, balance point. Subtract 3x. Negative 12y comes down. Equals negative 3x minus 24. Divide by negative 12 from every possible thing. Y equals 1/4 x plus 2. My slope is the 1 over 4. Questions? Okay, you expect to see these as warm-ups quite a bit. Because what we're focusing on is linear equations. Slope-intercept form is the easiest way to graph. This is the #1 way to graph. Get your homework out, please. Your homework was 1 through 10, 1 through 8, whatever it was.
This extra practice.
Get 1 through 10. The extra practice. You know what those are? 0 goggles. Just bring it in.
Okay.
Look. Nice. Look. Nice. Aww.
I feel like I did some of the math.
There it is. Okay. Did you just throw something away? Oh, okay. Are you sick?
I guess.
Oh, I was like,
Huh?
I guess I'm starting to get sick. A lot of people have been coughing in my classes.
That's not good.
For the past couple of days.
How do you feel? Just besides a runny nose.
Just dry coughing, but I'm good.
Okay. So, if you need to see any of these, let me know. I'm going to tell you about the x and the y-intercept. So, the x-intercept for #1 is 5, 0. The y-intercept for #1 is 0, 4. Number 2, the x is 1, 0. The y is 0, 2. Number 3, x is negative 2 comma 0. The y is 4 comma 0. If you're getting stuck, ask for some help. Number 4, the x is 8 comma 0. The y is negative, or is 0, negative 4. Any questions on the first 4?
You say number 3, the y is 4 comma 0.
0 comma 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 0 comma, did I say 4 comma 0?
Yeah.
0 comma 4, I'm sorry. Thank you for correcting me. Do you have any questions? Is it, where's my homework? It's in your car. I know that, see, I helped you. You had the question, I got it.
You answered it.
I'm just disappointed that we're not twinsies.
Okay.
Number 5. The x is negative 2 comma 0. The y is 0, negative 4. Number 6. The x is 5 comma 0. The y is 0, negative 5. Number 7. The x is negative 2, 0. The y is 0, negative 1. Number 8. X 5 comma 0. The y 0 comma 5. Number 9. The x is 4 comma 0. The y is 0 comma 5. And number 10. The x is 4 comma 0. The y is 0, negative 4. Are there any you'd like to see? Okay. I'm going to hand this to you, that way you can check your work.
Oh, yes.
Okay, notes out. I told you I'm not going to try to spend a lot of time because I'd like to give you time to work on your work, since it is the Wednesday where we shouldn't have homework, but we're going to anyway. So, let's talk about slope. Have any of y'all been skiing?
Many times.
Yeah, you've skied? How about y'all?
Never in my time.
No, you have? Okay. I used to love skiing. So I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and we had 2 ski resorts that were about 45 minutes away. What? Why you, ladies, why are you laughing? Ladies? I'm now very self-conscious. Like, I have something. Okay. Anyway, we had 2 ski resorts. Making me feel good, thanks. We had 2 ski resorts. We had Hidden Valley and Seven Springs. And my buddies and I would go after school and we would go ski. And like we would ski all the time. Like this is what we did after school if we didn't have sports. And in Pennsylvania, black diamonds, kind of the hardest there are, and they're steep. But my girlfriend at the time took me out to Colorado and she said, hey, I know that you're a good skier. We're a skiing family. Don't try to do what my dad and my brothers do. I was like, yeah, sure. And we were in Vail, and it was beautiful out there. And her dad's like, well, we're going to go down the Black Diamond. Nick, why don't you go down one of the beginner hills? I was like, absolutely not. I'm a skier. I'm going to go down to the Black Diamond. He's like, okay. And literally my skis went out over the hill and then just drops. Like Black Diamond in Colorado is steep. When we talk about slope, we talk about the steepness of a line, okay? Some are relatively flat, okay? Walking slightly uphill. Some, oh man, we're climbing a mountain. Some, my gosh, we're climbing Mount Everest, okay? Steepness. The larger the number, the steeper it's going to be. Now, not the larger of the 2 numbers, but like 25 divided by 1 is a large number. That's going to be a steep line. 25 divided by 22, small number. It's like 1 point something. It's going to be nice and flat, okay? We are going to talk about 3 ways to find the steepness or the slope. I dislike both of you right now. I just want you to know that. Now I'm checking to make sure like nothing's pretty. Am I all right? Like, you guys got me all freaked out now. So, find M. M stands for our slope. Here we go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Immediately, looking at this, I'm going to put my ball on the left side of this line. For me to get the ball from left to right, which way does the ball have to go? From left to right. How do I get this ball on the line? Where does it go? It has to go up. If it's going up, that means the slope is immediately what? Positive. So I can immediately say m is a positive fraction. Okay? It is rise divided by run. We count up and down first, then we count left and right. We climb, we count. Rise divided by run. So, how do I do this? I make a triangle, and I jump 1, 2, 3. My rise is 3. Now, over 1. Questions? This is something that you should be like, oh, I absolutely remember this. I remember doing this a lot. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, find the slope. So you want to have these copied down. Find the slope. Okay, so here's my first question. Just by looking at this line, what do we know about the slope? It's negative. Why? It's going what? From left to right, it's going downhill. The ball would roll down. So I can say m equals a negative fraction. Does it matter which number is negative? No. That's why it's a negative fraction. So now I can make my triangle and figure it out. Rise is both up and down. So we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4. My run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you put that on a quiz, that would absolutely be wrong. Because if you have the fancy calculator that Patrick does, because Patrick listened and got it, I'm just saying, we can do negative 4 divided by 6. We press enter, it gives me a fraction, math, enter, enter, and we get a simplified fraction of
Negative 2 over 3.
there it is. There's my slope. Okay, that's one way. Can we count? Can we do slope by counting? Rise is both up and down, run is left and right. Okay. So here's what I'm going to write. And this might be something that you want to put at the top of your page, because I'm going to do this a bunch. So right now, we know that slope is the steepness of a line. We also know that it is rise divided by run. And rise is both up and down. Run, we just want right. Then we're going to have something else. Now we get into mathematical formula, which is exactly how I want you to write it. y2 in parentheses minus y1 in parentheses divided by x2 in parentheses minus x1 in parentheses. You've seen this. y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You might say, Mr. H, what is that? That says if I give you two ordered pairs, 7, 3, 9, 8, and say, what's the slope of a line passing through these points? Well, we have x1, y1, x2, y2. Does it matter which ones we name the 2's or the 1's? Absolutely not. But you need to plug them in. So now I have 8 minus 3 divided by 9 minus 7. That gives me 5 divided by 2. You want to copy this down. Okay? So that's example 1. But Mr. H, I've never seen it where we have to put things in parentheses like this. You're right. Because of problems like this. Okay? So now we have x1, y1, x2, y2. Negative 7 minus 8 divided by 9 minus a negative 7. And it's really this minus. A lot of people would just write 9 minus 7, but that's not what the formula is. It's y2 minus y1. y2 minus, well, what's y1? y1 is negative 7. So now, negative 7 minus 8 is negative 15 divided by 9 minus a negative 7 is adding, is 16. Everybody else still with me? Is this hard yet? It's substituting into the formula. So we have rise divided by run. We have y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And then last but not least, we know slope is the letter m. How do we know that? Well, we know that from our warm-up of slope-intercept form. So you might get something that says find slope. And it's going to give you 3x minus 8y equals 24. Okay? Can I find slope right now? Can I say slope is something? No. What do we need to do in order to find the slope? Get it into what kind of form?
Y2, Y1.
No, not that. What did we just do during the warm-up?
Y equals
Which is called what?
slope intercept.
We have to get it into slope-intercept form, which means we have to solve for the y. So I can subtract 3x from both sides. That leaves me negative 8y equals negative 3x plus 24. Mr. H, why am I putting the x next to it? Because slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Am I done? No. We have to get y by itself by dividing each individual thing by y. Y then equals negative divided by a negative is positive 3/8 x minus 3. Woo-woo! Is that my answer? Is that my answer? I asked for slope. This is slope-intercept form. The number, the coefficient in front of the x, once we've solved for y, just like the warm-ups, is my slope. So m, my slope is 3/8. What questions do we have? Which one? So now I've shown you three things. Rise divided by run, which is counting, a formula, and slope from an equation. Which ones would you like to see other examples of? I'm not seeing any white flags raising and flying around. Do we feel all right with this? Okay, so let's do a little bit of classwork. Not homework, classwork. There are quite a few here. You have 26 problems. Okay? you have plenty of time to do these 26. The first 8, listen, the first 8 are just counting rise divided by run. The second, I mean, it literally follows in order. The second 8 are substituting in. The third 8 are finding the slope with y equals mx plus b. Questions? Eyes roll. I'll leave the answer keys up here, so if you want to check while you're working, you can. If you want to ask me, you can, but they're up there if you need them.